These frozen custard and steak burgers, the taste that brings you back.
All right, 20 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Very exciting in here because we have a toy drive going on. And a toy drive. Yeah, toy drive. That's what it's called.
Toy drive,
and people are just bringing in toys.
For the kids.
All right, Dr. Lee Lindquist is on the phone, and I wanted to introduce you to her. She is a geriatrician. Am I old enough to need a geriatrician, Robin? Am I old enough for that?
Can I answer that?
I think so. I think we need one.
She's the head of geriatrics at Northwestern Memorial Hospital and Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. And she's talking to us about a new research study to understand the perspectives of older adults about accepting help at home. And I need help at home. And the fears related to the potential loss of independence. Hey, we had a story this morning, and they said that an elderly person was accosted, and she was 63, and I thought, oh gosh, that's an elderly person.
Yeah, I know. We're there.
Dr. Lee Lindquist. Good morning, doctor. Thank you for being on the show.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, geriatrics sees 65 and older.
Oh, good. I don't need you yet. I'm not there yet. Not there yet.
Yeah, so we did this research study here at Northwestern and looking at, seniors and seeing why they refuse help in the home. And so many times, I mean, many of us know a senior or seniors in our life who says, I don't need help. I absolutely don't want help. And we look at them and like, you might benefit from somebody cooking or cleaning or doing your laundry. And, it's true, like people that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, if somebody says, hey, you need a person to chauffeur you around, to be your cook, to be your laundry person, we'd be like, yes, please, sign me up.
Right.
Yeah. But when you get in your...
So are they not wanting that help because they think it's going to cost them money, or because they're just uncomfortable with somebody coming into their home? What is the reason?
Yeah, actually, it's not money. So we asked seniors, and they said, you know what? If I stop doing a task, or if I'm unable to do a task, it means I'm going to go into a nursing home. And so people thought that if they accepted help in the home, they'd be one step closer to the nursing home. And it's actually the reverse. If people accept help in the home, then they're not likely to go into a nursing home. So it's kind of this, you're not thinking quite straight if you think avoiding help is going to keep you out of the nursing home.
I have a quick story I want to share with you. I worked for 3 years. I worked at an assisted living facility here in this area in Florida. This was 20 years ago or so it's been a while. But I was the activities director, so I really didn't do much. I played bingo and I ran errands and I arranged for activities, but I wasn't a doctor or something in that kind of a profession. In other words, the radio work was slim, so I was doing that for a little while. But anyway, one of the ladies wanted me to drive her to the grocery store, and I did. And then she said, is it possible, can we just drive by my house one time? I got to get something. And so I said, oh, sure, why not? So we went to her house, and she said, okay, you can go now. And I said, what? She said, yeah, I'm staying here. And I said, oh my gosh, my boss is going to say, where is she? And I'm going to say she's home. So I was panicking, and this is when I found out that there was a program for home help or whatever, because I thought she was going to be in harm's way, but they said, no, we got programs for that. So and I don't know, was it that common 20 years ago?
Yeah, well, here at Northwestern, we have a house call program, so physicians do make house calls. And so it's kind of interesting that we're revisiting things that were done in like the 1920s, but it's more effective and it's better for the seniors oftentimes to be treated in their own homes. And there's so many more resources out there for seniors to age in place. And so it's more about connecting seniors and getting seniors aware of these resources and then willing to accept them. So we actually built a website called planyourlifespan.org here at Northwestern Medicine.
Say it again.
That helps plan planyourlifespan.org.
Your lifespan, okay.
Because, it's your whole lifespan. So people are still living into their 70s, 80s, 90s, and I've got a couple patients who are in their hundreds. And so, life doesn't end when you're 65. So planning ahead.
I hope not.
For what you might need. Yeah, for sure. I think you'll make it 104 easily. That's what I tell my patients. I say, you're going to make it to 104, so you got to stay with me. And they're like, okay. I'm like, that's a promise.
Yeah, because you have to help. You have to be positive, but you have to reinforce to them emotionally that they're not being replaced or they really can't do everything anymore. You have to help with their emotion state.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you were an activities director, but those are very important because the social stimulation is so important for seniors to stay active and to keep their minds active. So sitting in a room with four walls without any assistance is probably not the best for their memories. We know this from a lot of research that's out there.
Yeah.
But having somebody who'll drive them around, even if it's dropping them off at their home, is a good thing.
Yeah, well, I that's exactly what I would do a lot. I would drive them. And one gentleman who lived there asked me if I could ever arrange for a fishing trip, and I thought, yeah, sure. And I asked if I could do it, and long story short, I had to do it on a Saturday because they wouldn't allow large hunks of time to be gone. So I did. I went on a Saturday. Robin came with me. She was helping, and we were able to fit 7 people into the van, and we went to this place not too far from here where everybody could go fishing. We had the fishing poles, we had the bait, we had everything. And you want to know something? Nobody fished, but they loved the outing. And I said to Robin, wait a minute, I think I just discovered something. They just want to get out. So I used to do these things called mystery rides and just take them wherever. We just would go wherever, and it was so much fun.
Yeah, and it's all about like taking that first step and, getting on the bus, deciding to go out, deciding to accept help from you, to go on a fishing trip. And that's where people have fun. That's what we want for our seniors.
So when you have home health, and let's say the person is kind of stuck at home, do the home health professionals also, maybe there are people who are companions, that kind of thing, where maybe you could go for a ride out to get an ice cream or something?
Absolutely. I think the caregivers that sit on the couch and watch TV with the seniors, that kind of leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. I think the better caregivers or the better helpers are the ones that, throw, the senior in a car with them and drive to, the park and enjoy being outside. Because, it's all about finding the right team to take care of your senior.
And this time of year, you get to see the lights. You go out and see the lights, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So does the website, because I just went to your website and I said I've never been here before. Now it's asking me if I have any memory loss. Yes. The answer is yes.
Well, it's built for seniors and their families, so that's why it's large font and it's high contrast font with minimal scrolling.
Ah, gotcha.
But what it does is that it helps seniors and their families kind of think about what they'll need as they get older, and to kind of go down the road of, if I ever, get hospitalized, or if I ever, fall, and, if I have worse memory loss. And it's not so much as if, but so much more like when, because many seniors are going to be hospitalized each year. Many people will, have a fall.
Right.
And it's about thinking about things you might need after you, have this crisis so that you can go back home.
Does the website direct people to find an agency locally that can do these things?
Yeah, so it's a national website free of charge because you're on it right now. And it allows you to type in your zip code, and you can find the resources in your area.
And
really? Okay.
And when you brought up the social aspect, that's really, really important, because I know some people who are alone, and every day they get up and then they force themselves to go out, just to go to the grocery store, even if they don't need anything, just to walk around. And then when they're checking out, they're social with the cashier.
Yeah, and that's so important. One of my favorite patients, she's in her 90s now, and she says she wakes up every day and she tries to talk to one new person a day. And I think that's wonderful. And
nice.
I think so many seniors feel like they don't want to bother somebody, or they don't want to give them a call. But the best thing our seniors can do is to give that friend they haven't talked to in a couple years a call, to bother them, to stimulate them, because that'll help them with their brains, with their, thinking, and, with their aging successfully.
Thank you for sharing this with us. We have an interesting demographic because we've got a lot of retirees here, and as I mentioned, we have kind of a bunch of assisted living facilities and nursing homes, that kind of thing. But we also have the college kids because we have the university right here. So it's like it's a mixture, and not to mention the tourists, of course, are part of this whole scene too. So thank you, Dr. Lee Lindquist. So the website. Oh, tell me the website again. What did I go to?
Yeah, the website is planyourlifespan.org, and it's through Northwestern Medicine here in Chicago.
Very good. Dr. Lindquist, hey, how's the weather up there, by the way? How is it?
It's not too bad. We're in the 30s today, and that's a hot one for us.
Doctor, thank you for being on there with us today. That was fun.
Thank you very much for having me. Great stories.
All right, we'll be right back.
Are you a medical provider that doesn't like to settle for the same boring scrubs? Scrub Paradise in Ocala has a wide selection of top brand scrubs with embroidery available and the newest medical shoes and accessories. Every medical provider should look as great as the care they provide. Scrub Paradise is just off Easy Street next to Shoe Carnival in Ocala. Stop by today or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe. How? With the new Hum device by Verizon. You can rest assured you're never alone. Flat tire? Lost? Accident? For $10 a month, Hum by Verizon has you covered. And I will come to you in Marion County to install the Hum for free. Time to call me at 352-528-0020. Are you ready to hum along? Call 352-528-0020. Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your Verizon representative with news that will hum your car, make it smart and safe.
I want a private pilot's license for Christmas. Only a private pilot's license will do. Don't want anything else. No dinky tinker toy. I want a pilot's license is to play with and enjoy. I want to learn to fly an airplane for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind me. Do you? He thinks it's a great idea. He won't have to use a dirty chimney flue.
Brad, how'd you get in here?
Oh, hey, Dan.
I'm just working on the new commercial.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to make sure that people knew that the best Christmas present was getting their pilot's license.
And not a hippopotamuses?
Well, I thought it was a good idea.
So you thought it was a good idea to butcher a Christmas classic?
Well, not exactly.
Yeah, let's just tell them to go to Ocala Aviation.
Because getting your pilot's license
is the best present ever. Christmas.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen. As fall approaches, it seems our taste buds change gears, and things like char-grilled hot dogs with chili come to mind. Also, I got a crow about our most tasty grilled and crispy chicken breast sandwiches. And everybody knows about our world-famous chicken tenders and pepper cream gravy. Mmm, good. But you might just want a banana split or a blizzard for dessert. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Here are today's headlines from The Source. WOCA SWAT team members responded yesterday to a report of shots fired inside a residence located at Oakwood Mobile Manor in the 200 block of Northwest 33rd Court. According to Ocala officials, emergency responders received a call at 6:28 p.m. reporting the gunshots. No one has been injured, officials said. Police arrested Jesus Rosas Cremona. The report indicates Cremona appeared to be intoxicated. Neighbors who had been told to evacuate as a precaution were allowed to return to their homes. A man who was convicted of beating and stabbing an elderly woman to death in Miami-Dade County 26 years ago is scheduled to die by lethal injection today at the Florida State Prison. Unless there is a stay, 55-year-old Jose Antonio Jimenez will be executed. After a trial, a jury gave him a death sentence for killing 63-year-old Phyllis Minas in her North Miami apartment in 1992. Court records show that on October 2, 1992, Minas found Jimenez in her second-floor apartment. During his trial, neighbors said they heard her screaming and they tried to enter, but someone inside locked the door. Prosecutors at the trial said a fingerprint found in the inside of the apartment's front door matched Jimenez's print. Also, the building's custodian said he saw Jimenez jump from a second-floor balcony from Minas' apartment. New rules Florida wildlife officials are drafting would change the way shore-based shark fishing is allowed along the coast. At a public meeting yesterday, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation commissioners made tweaks to draft rules that would implement some limits on the sport. A final public hearing on the issue will take place in February. The changes include a mandatory, no-cost annual shore-based shark fishing permit, a ban on chumming from beaches, a prohibition on delaying the release of shark species that are banned from being caught, and a requirement that prohibited sharks remain in the water. FWC says shore-based shark fishing is a popular sport for fishermen, and it's been happening in Florida for decades. Authorities say a Florida police officer has died following an all-terrain vehicle crash. Miami-Dade police say the officer was patrolling an area near a canal yesterday afternoon when he hit a tree. Miami-Dade Police Director Juan Perez says officers had been in the area west of Cutler Bay following nuisance and theft complaints by residents. Police say the officer had been called to an enforcement action just before the crash. Perez says the crash is being investigated. The officer's name was not immediately released because officials were still trying to notify members of his family. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson is saying goodbye to the U.S. Senate. The Florida Democrat is leaving after losing a close race against Florida Governor Rick Scott last month. Nelson gave his farewell speech on the Senate floor yesterday. He reflected on his long career and talked about how fortunate he feels.
I stand before you today, and I don't think anyone could have been more blessed.
Nelson has served in both the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate. He has been a senator for the past 18 years. In 1986, he became the second sitting member of Congress to fly into space when he flew a mission on the Space Shuttle Columbia. Open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act ends this weekend. Josh Peck is co-founder of Get America Covered.
The deadline to get coverage for 2019 is this Saturday. And if you don't make that deadline, you will not be able to get coverage until November 1st of 2019. So my strong recommendation is that people go to healthcare.gov by this Saturday and see what plans are available.
Peck says recent data from the Kaiser Family Foundation shows that many people will be able to find plans with premiums at $0. To get more information or to sign up, go to healthcare.gov. Researchers at the University of Miami's Miller School of Medicine are releasing their report on the U.S. diplomats who suffered neurological injuries while working at the embassy in Cuba. Dr. Michael Hoffer presented the findings yesterday.
What we found, and we're going to describe today, is objective evidence of balance disorders that affect the gravity organs and unique cognitive dysfunction.
The report found that more than a dozen people suffered injuries similar to a concussion in 2016. Many complained of symptoms like headaches, confusion, and a loss of balance. The UM research team cannot determine if the workers were victims of some kind of attack or if it was a natural phenomenon. The State Department is continuing its investigation. Florida's economy may have recovered from the Great Recession, but the state's piggy bank is still running on empty.
The state budget adds up to more than $90 billion, but Senate Appropriations Committee Chairman Rob Bradley says they won't have any extra money to spend in the new budget.
While we're doing well as an economy, and Florida is on a roll, that doesn't always translate into making sure that this is the land of milk and honey when it comes to tax dollars to spend on new initiatives.
Raising taxes is not a realistic option in the state legislature. So if lawmakers want to start something new, Bradley says they'll have to get that money by cutting or eliminating existing programs. Rick Flagg, Tallahassee.
A woman claims Royal Caribbean Cruises is responsible for a zip-line accident that killed her husband on the Honduran island of Roatan. The court records show that attorneys for 27-year-old Sheer Frankel sued the company in Miami federal court last month, seeking more than $1 million in damages. The lawsuit says Frankel and her husband, 24-year-old Igal Teisman, were passengers on the Allure of the Seas in July when they booked the Extreme Caribe zip-line tour at the ship's excursion desk. The suit claims they collided in midair, killing Teisman and seriously injuring Frankel. The suit says the excursion was operated by an independent contractor, but guests were misled to believe it was operated by Royal Caribbean. Members of the Black Caucus in the Florida legislature are calling for a change in the way judges are appointed.
Senate Democratic leader Audrey Gibson says Republicans have spent years packing the courts with conservative white guys who don't reflect the diversity of the Sunshine State.
A kangaroo court who all think the same way? That's not what America is. And that is not what our Supreme Court should look like in the state of Florida.
Florida's new governor gets to appoint 3 justices to the state Supreme Court when he takes office, and none of the finalists are black. It will be the first time in 40 years the High Court will not have an African American on the bench. Rick Flagg, Tallahassee.
And a Eustis man is making walking canes for veterans out of discarded Christmas trees. Inside his workshop, Oscar Morris whittles, sands, and hammers away. Morris, who served in the U.S. Navy, says the Christmas tree is like a veteran. It was taken young, whipped into shape, proudly decorated and displayed, and when the season was over, it went to the curb. And that is the way a lot of veterans feel. They got pushed to the curb, unquote. To date, 631 canes have been packed with care and shipped near and far to veterans of all ages. The canes are personalized, so each veteran gets one that represents something about himself or herself. Morris says he has about 81 veterans on the waiting list for canes. He said each will get them, but it just takes a little time. And those are the headlines from The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ask yourself, what do you pay for health care? Are you single? Do you pay more than $199 a month? Are you a couple? Do you pay more than $249 a month? Do you have a family? Do you pay more than $529 a month? Yes, you can serve the entire family with health care for only $529 a month. Sign up at any time of the year, pick your own doctor and hospital, ask any questions in our live chat box. It takes 2 minutes to find out how to save. Go to lightyourliberty.com. That's lightyourliberty.com.
AC units in Florida take a beating, even in winter. To keep your AC in ace condition, call Ace AC of Ocala today. And for a limited time, you can save $30 on your Ace of a Deal maintenance plan. Visit aceairfl.com for details and save $30 off your regular low price using code WOCA30 or call 352-247-4087 to get your AC in ace condition with Ace AC of Ocala.
AccuSleep offers a safe and effective medical option for those who suffer from sleep disorders of all kinds. AccuSleep makes restoring healthy sleep patterns possible. No medication, no surgery, just good sound sleep. Mend your sleep so you can stop counting sheep. Experience restorative sleep at AccuSleep, the acupuncture sleep clinic in Ocala by calling 352-615-5566.
If you're looking for a bit of pre-Christmas color, then look no further than the huge selection at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Sure, Bob has hundreds, no thousands of poinsettias and Christmas cactus and Christmas trees. But how about something really different for a gift giver? Like a famous Bob Wine's heirloom camellia. They're all blooming or just about ready to bloom, and prices start as low as $9.99. Or how about a gift of a tree? Right now, buy a tree for a gift, get another one just like it for yourself for half price. And don't forget that super closeout on trees with many waist-high trees selling for the unheard of low price of just $5. Don't wait. Get on over to BobWinesCameliaGardens.net or check BobWinesCameliaGardens.net. Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic, daily till 4, Saturdays till 2, in the same blooming Christmas location since 1952.
The healthful benefits of adding vibrant colored veggies to your garden. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Can-Am off-road vehicles are built for this. And right now, farmers and ranchers can receive a $1,500 rebate off select 2019 Defender models. So you can become built for this too. Built for what? Built for getting through the workday and the 7-day work week. Built for whatever it takes whenever you need it. Get to your local Can-Am dealer today for a rebate up to $1,500 on select 2019 Defender models. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Visit your local Can-Am dealer today. Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See your dealer for details.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food.
You're going to need our determination, our compassion.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
Today, 4-H is growing the next generation of leaders. Support us at 4h.org.
Add a little magic to your garden by planting vegetables that are purple. Not only will they add aesthetic beauty to your garden, they're easy to grow and they're really good for you. Purple veggies contain anthocyanins, which are water-soluble pigments. It makes plants turn red in acidic soil, blue in neutral soil, and yellow in alkaline soil. Just a warning, some of the veggies may turn green when cooked. Anthocyanins are also antioxidants, which means these vegetables may be healthier for you since they...
Casting